Finally, we have some good news. It's been frustrating having all the bad news on the channel, but we got some awesome news today. Hey guys, welcome back to Gaming Garbage, where we take a look at games, chat about the gaming news in the industry, and of course, stream for fun when I can, which hasn't been lately. And I got allergies right now. It's horrible. They've been really bad this year. But anyway, Nintendo's PalWorld Lawsuit is not going according to plan, and it's officially, it's technically over at this point. So let's dig through this. A new report from Games for A provides update. The written pleadings and evidence have now been submitted, and the next step is presenting them to the court on October 1st, and an opinion will be expected by November 9th. Initially, all versions of PalWorld were targeted, but following November 2025 amendments to the scope of claims made by Nintendo, the case is now limited to only older versions of PalWorld. The reduced scope lowers the likelihood of success against any recent, current, or upcoming versions of PalWorld, including 1.0 update, which is in July. The report indicates that the maximum Nintendo could get is approximately $30,000. And this is huge because this now means that their copyright infringement for patents, it didn't work. And there's not much they can do about it. And PalWorld has shifted and adjusted stuff while things have come up in the lawsuit so that they can actually still have their game. And this is really big because, going forward, not just for Nintendo, but for everybody, because it means that their kind of exclusivity monopoly is not as tight as they thought it was. So just to go through a few things, we already have some alternatives. And again, this is not just Nintendo, this is everybody. So this creates competition in the market. And so we have Sonic Racers to Mario Kart World. We also have Lego Party to Mario Party, and these are even on Nintendo, actually. I highly doubt PalWorld is actually going to be on Nintendo, or Nintendo even allowing it. But Nintendo has tried so hard for so long to protect Pokemon because it's their biggest grossing IP, and now they actually have competition. The early access, the whole thing started when PalWorld was actually released at the beginning of 2024. It's hard to think it's been 2.5 years now. But first, it was kind of thinking they copied Pokemon. Well, it wasn't a perfect one-to-one, so they couldn't go with that. So Nintendo then was like, hey, well, we're going to write all of these patents and copyrights then, and we're going to see if we can basically get them on that. And while the case was happening, the patents hadn't even been approved yet, which was kind of insane. Well, one of the patents, which was initially accepted by the United States Patent Office, well, they ended up changing their mind after the Japanese Patent Office said no and took a look at stuff and said, well, basically, this stuff has already been out in the world, already been out in the industry, and so, no, you can't patent it because it already exists in so many other games, including your own. And it was for multiples of these patents. So U.S., again, took a look at it and were like, yeah, no, Japan's right. We're going to reject these too. And so, yeah, that really put a dent in things. That was back in in April, excuse me. And yeah, PalWorld 2 has had plenty of money. This is just from their early access price of roughly $30. I imagine the game is going to be 60 or 70 when it comes out. We'll have to see next month. But yeah, they've almost grossed $1 billion. They've been able to keep about 500 million of it. And they've sold, just on Steam, 36 million copies. It's also been on Game Pass. PlayStation is now going to be able to start buying it, which I think they already have. So yeah, it's been very, very good for them. They've had plenty of money. Now, they have lost some of this money because of the lawsuit. Again, it's been taken forever to actually get here. But they still have, I'm sure, plenty of money left over, again, to continue working on their game. And now they're going to have the official release date now on July 10th of 2026. So yeah, this is very, very good news because this means that you can't have patents after mechanics have already been established in other games or it's already been established in the industry for a while. And it also means, too, that while something is inspired by something else, that's not necessarily infringement. So Pocket Pair, the developers, they have found the chink in Nintendo's armor and everybody's armor. And this is really good news because now we actually have more competition. Just because something is close or or inspired by doesn't mean that, well, you can't stop that anymore. And that's also a really big deal for Nintendo because they have their whole model is based off of exclusives. And so if you have things that are close to Zelda, Mario Party, Mario Kart, Kirby Air Riders, and Pokemon, and you don't like the versions that Nintendo are putting out, well, then you can go buy other versions or alternatives somewhere else. And you should, because now Nintendo is charging $70, sometimes even $80, or for physical copies, $90 for their games. And if they're really not that good, well, man, go buy some others somewhere else at a cheaper price. They almost never go on sale. And then, too, since they have a monopoly basically on some of these IPs, or have for a long time, they don't innovate. And we kind of look at them and it's like, yeah, the games are okay or they're fine, but they're not great. And yeah, this is going to change things for Nintendo, and they're going to have to adjust if they want to stay relevant. And that makes me extremely happy. So, because again, I think gaming is an art form, and it should be enjoyed for entertainment, of course. And yeah, when there's competition, that's ultimately better for the player. But the companies, well, they want the monopolies. They don't want competition because then they can squeeze the most money out of you. They don't give a rat's ass about you. They'd rather just get as much money as possible. So anyway, I wanted to share this. I was super happy about this. And yeah, when there's some stuff to talk about, we'll talk about this again with the lawsuit. And we'll probably take a look too as well with PalWorld 1.0 next month. So with that, folks, I'll see you guys on the next one.